Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Michael here with Wildlife X Team, and winter is right around the corner.
Winter is coming.
We wanted to give you guys a quick little warning about the type of issues that you could be facing when it comes to wildlife and your home and whatnot. And one of the biggest is animal infestation. When it starts to cool down, animals are looking for a warm place to kind of rest and relax and, just survive. So if you have a chimney, for example, we've caught several raccoons as well as other animals actually climbing people's homes and then crawling down the chimney and then getting stuck there. This can be very problematic, and oftentimes they unfortunately pass away. We actually just made another video about what to do if you think that an animal might have passed away in between the walls or somewhere inside of your home. So you can find that on our YouTube page to figure out if you have a dead animal somewhere in your home, unfortunately. But anyways, this can unfortunately happen where the raccoon or any animal, it tends to be raccoons a lot of the times, they will climb into the chimney, or they can find other little small entrances and exits to your home. They get trapped in there and then they pass away. And sometimes they don't even get trapped in there and they're able to come out and they're able to come in and out safe. But you do have to realize that they're going to be leaving waste there. They might be taking food there. They're going to have to, quite frankly, poop and pee like us humans. And this is not going to be a good thing to have on your property at all. Not to mention, it can make things a little bit more smelly. And then if they have kits or babies or whatever inside of your home, this is just going to make it even more problematic, because then they're going to get very defensive and territorial if you try to remove them. So it's very important when it comes to dealing with animal infestation, especially in the winter, to handle this as soon as possible and before preferably gets too cold. Otherwise, you could have a bigger problem on your hand. One of the things that can also happen when they go inside of your home is you'll hear little scratching noises between the walls. You'll hear little clicks and whirps and, little noises that the animals make, like, things like that or whatever. And of course, the biggest issue is just that it's not good for the property. It can kind of damage things, and the longer that these animals hang around here, the more damage is typically done. So again, I will reiterate that it's very imperative to figure out how to prevent this happening in the first place, even if it costs a little bit of money, because if you have one of those problems and you let it sit for a week, a month, even a year in some cases, we've had bad cases. It just gets more and more expensive to do the home restoration and the animal removal, because suddenly you have animal waste there, you maybe have animals passed away, you have kits, so the whole thing gets a ton more complicated. Another way that these animals can get inside of your home is, for example, rats and mice are really good at chewing through things. They're actually very, very exceptional. You'd be surprised at some of the things that we've seen them chew through. For example, if you have some type of wire going through a wall or, somehow connecting to the outside, if there's even the slightest, smallest hole, rats and mice, as rodents, they can detect this, and then they're able to slowly chew and gnaw right on that hole until it gets just a teeny bit bigger, so that way all of these critters can sneak right in. And again, you're usually going to be a little bit clueless of this at first, and then you might hear some little noises here or there, or you might get an awkward stain on the ceiling for no reason at all. Because usually when they're going inside of the home, they're not going to be right out in the open, okay? They're not going to be in the kitchen room, like, trying to make food or open the fridge or whatever, although that has happened sometimes with raccoons, but this is very not typical. Instead, they usually make their way between the walls. There's often, sometimes in houses, like little areas that are open. I don't really know how well to explain this, but there can be little rooms in the basement, like very, very small rooms. Just think a couple feet squared that for some reason got sealed away. Just because they needed that space there when they were constructing the home. The animals can also take refuge there, and then the attic is a big one as well. We've seen birds, raccoons, rodents, even skunks will try to make their way into the attic. And don't discount how well these creatures can climb. A lot of people think, wow, getting on the chimney or climbing into my attic, oh come on, that's possible. I can hardly get into my attic. Well, these creatures, Raccoons especially, they have fingers kind of like ours, and they're just exceptional climbers. I'm sure you've seen squirrels climb up trees or whatever. It's like they can just stick right onto that tree and go right up just like that. Raccoons are the same way, except for pretty much just about anything. So they are exceptional climbers, and then if you have any trees nearby, any fences, they will often climb up the trees and then jump onto the roof. And I know this sounds really crazy, but it happens more frequently than you would imagine, and it typically happens at night as well, so nobody really sees this happening. You see, raccoons and skunks, as well as some other creatures, are nocturnal creatures, and this means that they're typically only out at night. They don't prefer to be in the daylight, their eyes work better in the night, etc. So this is another one of the frustrating things, is it's not like you're gonna come home after your 9 to 5 and see like, oh, this raccoon is trying to break into my attic right here. No, it's gonna happen while you're asleep at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, and they're going to climb up and just explore. You see, these creatures are also, raccoons especially, these creatures are very, very curious. They are nomadic, which means they travel very often, and they love to explore. So if there's like a little hole, a little opening or whatever, you might have heard from mice, for example, they are very, very curious. They'll just run into any hole. These creatures love to explore, and so if there's even a slight hole, they can find their way in, and again, they just like to explore. So it's like, hey, this is a house, let's go climb this house. Oh, look, there's a very small opening here. Maybe I can chew my way in. Oh, hey, look, I found my winter refugee, or, you know, my place to hang out in the winter. That's usually how it happens and whatnot. So anyways, to prevent this from happening, I would recommend getting an inspection and just being aware of what could potentially happen. So if you have like a chimney, getting a chimney cap, we can sell you those and install those for you. And there are some other things as well, like getting your home inspected, making sure everything's sealed up, making sure you have the proper defenses, because again, if these animals and creatures get inside of your home, it's just going to be more expensive. So for example, if you have a chimney and a raccoon goes inside your chimney and dies, you're probably still going to want to purchase that chimney cap so that way your home is protected for the winter, but you're also going to have to pay to get that raccoon removed, because you probably won't be able to handle it yourself. It's just not sanitary, and so that's just going to be so much more expensive. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. Our phone number is 855-wildlife. So if you want to give us a call, we would be happy to help you out with any questions you might have, price questions, service questions. We would love to help you guys out for the winter. It's important to be aware of what might be able to happen in terms of home damage and animal infestation. So these are the big things that could happen in the winter. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. And again, if you have any questions, call us at 855-WILDLIFE, or you can see our website in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great day. Peace.
They're out there looking for a home, and they've found one. Yours. They want that cozy place in your attic or under your foundation. Give them enough time, and you'll be paying big bucks to fix their damage. Wildlife X Team specializes in removal and prevention of wildlife infestation, responsibly and professionally. Wildlife X Team has earned the top-rated award from Home Advisors because they're experts at what they do. Just one call, and they're gone. 855-WILDLIFE or wildlifexteam.com.